Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my Xbox Developer Direct 2025 impressions. So, I wasn't able to watch it, but I did want to see what was kind of going on with the Xbox, and the thing is, I'm still gonna probably play this stuff on PC, so since they're going everything's pretty much an Xbox kind of route, it's still good to check in with what's kind of going on with it. Uh, Bringing up mainly that Doom the Dark Ages, South of Midnight, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, and Ninja Gaiden 4 being the big kind of ones that they focused on. So let us get into this. And evidently the big one that was like a surprise was that we are getting a Ninja Gaiden 4, which is like pretty kind of cool, from Team Ninja and Platinum Games for fall of 2025. Let's see. Ryu Hayabusa will be an important role in the story and will be playable, but the main character is Yakumo, a new character from the Raven clan. And evidently a significant amount of time has passed since the third one, and that Tokyo's transformed, that the Dark Dragon is returned, and Yakumo will have to face off against his foes, as well as the formidable ninja master ninja himself, Ryu Hayabusa. Let's see. Evidently, there's the Dark Dragon's miasma rain, and he'll have abilities to travel high speed via rail and wire-based actions, use his Blood Raven form as a technique that manipulates the blood of oneself and enemies, transforming it into a massive weapon capable of slicing through multiple foes at once. When certain conditions are met, he will be able to unleash a move called Bloodbath Kill, which will instantly bisect enemies in one strike. Ooh. So, even though I'm not as well versed in Ninja Gaiden, I know how important it is in a franchise for pretty much the action series as well. I mean, it's like when you bring that up, you bring that in conjunction with Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, those kind of ones. And it's kind of cool that we were able to kind of get some kind of update that we're getting a new one this year. So I'll probably look into that and see what kind of works out for it. I usually take a more wait and see approach with certain kind of games, mainly because of them being released in unfinished states, kind of see what kind of goes on before kind of committing into looking into them. We also got that Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is now available for Xbox Game Pass, so if you're into that, check that out and look into that. Also, the big one was like Doom the Dark Ages, and that's being released in May of 2025. May 15th, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's like, what the fuck's kind of going on with this? Oh, okay, chainsaw shield and shit? Let's kind of work on that. Let's see here. That's the kind of cool stuff, man. So yeah, I mean, I've been liking what they've been doing with the Doom series so far, especially since the 2016 kind of reboot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this. Let's see. Put a huge focus on making your Slayer feel as powerful as possible. That's pretty much what you want. Evidently, 2016's was about running gunning, and Doom Eternal was about making you feel like a fighter jet. Doom the Dark Ages wants the player to stand and fight with confidence as an iron tank. So those are very different kind of key kind of ways of going about in combat. And this, of course, is focusing on his time as a sentinel. So we'll see how that kind of changes up everything that you're doing prequel kind of wise. Let's see. Of course, doing more strafing, using your shield saw, block incoming fire and destroy foes in your path, access to a massive flail, electric gauntlet, and a spiked mace. Ooh, nice. And you'll get to pilot a mech and fly on a giant cybernetic dragon that comes complete with mounted Gatling guns. Yes, please. I mean, that's my shit. It just sounds completely and utterly insane. And then evidently there's going to be more opportunities for exploration and choosing your path in Doom the Dark Ages, and your shield saw will be handy in finding hidden paths. And of course, we'll leave the codex, and also promises the story will leave the codex and be told in cutscenes. That's good. I just hope that they don't go too open world, because there's this thing to be said that certain kind of games are better linearly. I mean, most of the times when we see them kind of bolting in open world kind of stuff, it just would have been a better game if you made it a linear game and devoted to making it as crafted as possible. Because they're like, you could just copy and paste all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't care about 300 fucking side quests. If you can give me 5 handcrafted ones that don't waste my time and give me great stories and characters, that's what I want. A Halo game where I'm going through and cracking that campaign. A Gears game as well. Just cracking the campaign. Like, 5 did, I think, a better kind of job, Gears 5, of doing the open world kind of stuff rather than Halo Infinite, because it's like, okay, yeah, we've got this. We don't really have as much variety in the terrain because Gears 5 had more variety in the terrain and everything. We'll kind of have to see. I think certain kind of ones should be done. I don't mind experimentation, but if it's the mainline series and it's known for a certain kind of way, you should try and keep it in that way as much as possible, because just bolting it into an open world kind of thing kind of goes a little bit gnarly. We'll have to see how this works out for Doom the Dark Ages, but we do know that it's not going to have multiplayer. I kind of agree with them on that kind of fact, because I would fuck around with the multiplayer, but it never was anything that really interested me. Let's see. I'm going to stand and fight more. Okay, Glory Kill finishing move has been unsynced, meaning the fatalities can be performed from any angle in the battlefield and will change accordingly. That'll do some interesting stuff. We'll have to see how the control scheme works, because they're saying that they're trying to simplify that as well. Let's see. They've also simplified the economy to one currency, gold, and those secrets will focus on furthering your skill progression, meaning tangible gameplay altering rewards rather than more deep dives. It's a little bit of a balancing act. If you're pretty much mainly telling your story through the lore that you're acquiring, that becomes kind of problematic. But if you're shifting that away and instead doing value-added lore for your hunting, I'm always down for that shit. And you evidently have more custom kind of control over your difficulty. Damn, it'll be interesting to see that mech and dragon back riding. Evidently, you might be able to call them in, either of them in anytime you like. And mini-bosses to fight. Oh, God. So we'll have to see. That's pretty cool that we're going to be getting that for May. We'll be getting in April, South of Midnight. We'll have to see how that one works. I kind of liked what we had seen previously. And with the magic and everything kind of going with the gameplay-wise. It's very kind of interesting. I kind of need to see it in its kind of final form, but I'm glad that it's coming out. We've got a direct release date for it. Let's see. And that she'll be running through magical creatures inspired by Southern Gothic history. That'll be kind of cool. And then we also get Clair, Obscur, Expedition 33, and that is going to be out April 2025 as well. I've definitely been looking forward to that coming out on PC as well. April 24th, 2025. Cool. This is just an update because I kind of wanted... I'm looking at its page right now to kind of bring up what's kind of going on. There's this world. The paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith. It's a cursed number. Anyone that age or gets there gets erased into smoke and everything like that. So they get this kind of group together, Expedition 33, to go and kind of stop that. And I've heard... I definitely am interested in how the combat looks because it's more kind of turn-based, I think. And it's kind of influenced by Persona, and I kind of want to see how this works out. So it's cool to have that one popping off so close now. That is definitely one I'm looking forward to. And I'm glad they kind of got a spotlight to bring it up, because I would like to see kind of more RPG, new kind of RPG franchises kind of pop up that could be influenced by ones that are kind of just strange, you know what I mean? Because most of the ones that we've seen have followed more of the action kind of route. It's kind of cool that we're getting a new one on the turn kind of based kind of route. Because if you're focused mainly on turn-based RPGs, you'd be focused more on JRPGs, because that was pretty much the bread and butter there. Though it seems like they're shifting more towards action for certain Western audiences, and it looks like we're getting a kind of reverse shift from the Western ones doing certain kind of turn-based ones as well. Now, that's not to say that there aren't any turn-based ones in the Western one world. It's mainly been focused more on kind of indie ones, but it's kind of cool to see kind of bigger ones pop up, and that's definitely one that's on my radar. I'm interested in the world, interested in the characters, see where it kind of goes, and what we kind of have on that. So these were the main kind of games that they focused on, and I think it's an interesting kind of balancing act that they did here. They did pretty much a very storied Japanese franchise, Ninja Gaiden. That's a good kind of anchor there. However, I think that they probably needed kind of more, at least, I guess South by Midnight is one that they would probably try and pass off as the kind of more kid kind of one, or family kind of one. It might have just come down to these were the ones that were ready to be announced at these kind of points for their release dates, which I get. And Xbox just trying to get the marketing kind of stuff with Clair Obscura and Ninja Gaiden. Though Ninja Gaiden was a kind of good lock on that. And it's good to have kind of more Japanese representation with the Xbox kind of brand and ecosystem, because they fucked that up. That's been one of their core weaknesses. And kind of why you kind of have to expand your kind of field on that kind of front. But that's good to have that. Good to have Doom ready for your FPS kind of thing. I'm glad that they're able to have that out in front. They really need to do something with Halo, though. I mean, I understand that they changed up 343 to Halo Studios, but I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. That should be one of their core pillars, and they have just dropped the ball with it. I'm glad we're getting this kind of Doom one. Third-person exploration kind of works with South by Midnight, and of course, we get our RPG kind of fix for Clair Obscur 33. So, I think this was a pretty kind of strong one, just looking from what's going on, and it's awesome that I'll be able to play these on PC as well, and these are just mainly a kind of nice kind of thing to look at the games and to look at how Xbox is doing at this point. Even though I'm not liking the directions that they're going, and I think Microsoft is going completely and utterly insane, pretty much focusing as much on cloud and AI as possible. It's just like, okay, what the fuck? So it's nice that we have a good kind of stable of games here, and hopefully that the developers are able to knock them out of the park, and that they get the recognition they deserve, and we get to see more of that kind of going forward. So, those are my impressions on the Developer Direct. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.